Good morning, Wildcats, and welcome back to the MWHS Wildcat News.
Coming up on this week's episode,
HOSA helps students donate blood and save lives.
Cinco de Mayo festivities come to Omaha.
The traditional powder puff game takes a violent turn.
EcoWest cleans and renovates the school pond.
And MWHS problem with Tardies.
I'm Andrew Pfeiffer.
And I'm Madeline Anderson. HOSA's biggest blood drive of the year took place this past Friday, honoring former MWHS teacher Jim Johnston.
Students and parents alike came together to donate blood and help save lives. Trevor Lewick and Caitlin Willard were on the scene.
Each year, MWHS hosts 3 annual blood drives, with the Jim Johnston Memorial being the largest. HOSA members coordinate with the Red Cross to plan and set up each drive.
So HOSA prepared we make posters 2 weeks before, then we start recruiting like a week and a half before, and we do it at lunchtime and go around to each QT, and we just make sure people turn in their forms on time and get them the good spot that they wanted to donate during.
This drive was set up early the morning of Friday, May 4th, and concluded at the end of the school day. Students were able to donate during class, and teachers donated during their open block.
I mean, the thing that really made me want to do it this time would be just because I've done it multiple times before. I guess the reason I did it the first time was just because, I don't know, I really wanted to find out my blood type originally. So that was really the original motivating factor, but I don't know, so I just continue to do it because why not? It's a good thing to do.
With a goal of 160 units of blood, the HOSA members recruited staff and students throughout the school able and willing to donate with the intent of saving lives.
So in total we had, the unofficial, which I think it's going to end up being a few more, is we ended up with 165 units of blood, which translates, for every unit of blood it can help 3 people, so that translates into 495 people. However, we didn't have 165 people donate, because when they donate Power Reds, that counts for 2. So we probably had true donations of people laying on the table about 135.
This drive was in honor of Jim Johnston, who started the blood drive at MWHS. After his passing a few years ago, HOSA decided the best way to honor his memory was to help save lives in the form of a blood drive.
This one's so important because this is the Jim Johnston Memorial Blood Drive that we started after he passed away a few years ago. Jim Johnston was a staff member here who started all of the MWHS HOSA blood drives since the beginning of school. So it's important that he got our blood drives up to this level. We're still in the top 10 in the country for high school blood drives. So this one's really super important that we continue to do what he put in place that many years ago.
Donating blood is important because 1 unit of blood can save up to 3 people. Hoping to create a community of lifetime donors, the MWHS blood drives will be continued for years to come. This has been Trevor Lewick and Katie Willard with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Cinco de Mayo was in full swing last week as Omaha celebrated one of its biggest fiestas of the year.
Gabe Paredes and Sydney Looney were on the scene at the South Omaha Parade.
Este sábado, el 5 de mayo fue celebrado por todos los Estados Unidos, incluyendo en Omaha. A pesar de la inmensa popularidad de la fiesta, la mayoría de los Estados Unidos sigue siendo ignorante a los verdaderos orígenes de la celebración.
Cinco de Mayo was celebrated this past Saturday all around the U.S., including Omaha. Despite its immense popularity, most people are oblivious to the true origins of this holiday.
They're outnumbered almost 2 to 1. They only had 4,000 compared to almost 7,000. And they defeated the French army, and although they lost the war, it was kind of a sign of, it brought the country together, and it's a lot of Mexican pride. So.
En nuestro propio sur de Omaha, en la calle 24, se montó un festival al honor de la famosa batalla. Todo el fin de semana hubieron actividades como desfiles, música y un carnaval.
In our own South Omaha 24th Street, a festival took place in honor of the famous battle. Activities including a pageant, a parade, live music, and a carnival were set up all weekend for the community to share.
So me and my friends decided to drive down to South Omaha to see the festival. There was a lot of traffic, so we had to park by Omaha South. It was really cool to see all the diverse people together.
La comida especialmente estuvo notable, con una gran selección de diferentes estilos y variedades que llenarían a cualquiera.
The food especially was a major success of the event, with a variety of vendors selling many styles of food that could leave anyone satisfied.
My favorite part was the food. I got some good rice and chicken with some vegetables, and then we went to the International Bakery and got a bunch of pastries.
Aunque Omaha es conocida como una de las ciudades más segregadas de los Estados Unidos, festivales y fiestas como estas atraen a toda la comunidad para celebrar como una.
Omaha is known as one of the most segregated cities in America. Festivals such as these bring the entire community together into the real melting pot that it is.
I think it's important to learn about other cultures because it can help us to broaden our horizons and deepen our perspectives on other people and why they might do things, as all cultures are really different in their own unique way.
Este ha sido Gabriel Paredes y Sydney Looney con el MWHS Wildcat News.
The annual junior versus senior Powder Puff football game resulted in bruises, concussions, and more.
Although many girls were injured, the seniors came out victorious. Cole Filer and Caitlin Kosis report.
This past Sunday, Millard West junior and senior girls participated in the 23rd annual Powder Puff Face-Off. This is essentially a football game that gives students an opportunity to bond and tackle each other. The girls have an excuse to vent their pent-up rage that has been building up throughout the last half of the semester. Some of the grade participates in this brutal game, and many attend to watch.
In the past years, the juniors and seniors have had a lot of beef, but this year a lot of us are friends, so it was just more of a fun way to mess around with each other.
The teams all received matching t-shirts which they had voted on. However, the creative team in charge of the t-shirts ran into problems during the design stage. Even with these problems, the t-shirts all turned out exactly how they wanted.
So Lauren Lundgren and I started a group Facebook page and for like all the junior girls, and so then everybody just like posted all their design ideas on it, and then we had like final votes, and my shirt ended up winning.
These students practiced and prepared a couple times a week at Beetle Middle School. They were coached by a few of the football players. They would run drills, practice catching, and of course, tackling. The tackling resulted in many injuries for the players that were on the field.
There was punching. There's a girl that has a huge bump on the top of her head. A lot of girls are concussed, and a chin got slashed open.
Although the game is very fun and unique for the girls, it can be very dangerous. Even though they risk being injured, the girls love the game and enjoy being able to bond with one another.
Because normally we don't get to be all together in one spot, so it's cool to see that.
This has been Caitlin Kosis and Cole Filer with the MWHS Wildcat News.
EcoWest is a club that devotes its time to helping the environment and making Millard West cleaner.
From creating bird sanctuaries to cleaning up the pond, this club is doing their part in conserving the planet. Cole Filer brings us the story.
This Saturday, EcoWest, with the help of a few other students and faculty members, participated in the cleanup of our pond. EcoWest is a club that helps safeguard the environment and make environmental advancements around the school to ensure that wildlife remains in the area.
We have the pond and the rain garden here just to, it shows our environmental impact here. We keep one area kind of more green, and even though we build around it, we always keep this place kind of sacred to the environment.
The pond is cleaned up twice a year, in the fall and spring. The club works to get all the dead and unwanted plants out so birds and other wildlife can come live there throughout the season. EcoWest is also planning on introducing plants native to Nebraska in hopes of attracting new species and prolonging their stay.
Right now, what we're doing is we're coming up with a list of plants that are native to the area and specific plants that can attract birds to the area, because we want to get birds here and animals that will come back year-round. Like we have geese that usually come here every year, and they have a nest right there near that tree on that peninsula there.
EcoWest is currently in the process of designing and figuring out the logistics of their many projects they have planned in the years to come. The club meets every Wednesday in room 211 and is always on the lookout for new members.
Well, we need members right now, so we're trying to do a lot of stuff on campus to make it more environmentally friendly.
One of EcoWest's main goals is to spread awareness and educate others on the current state of the environment and what it is they can do to help safeguard it.
Start thinking about the actions that you're doing, whether that's recycling, whether that's going out and helping the community. Just think about what you're doing and the impact of it.
This has been Cole Filer with the MWHS Wildcat News.
We've all been there before, waking up a little late and deciding on whether to go get a tardy pass or not even show up to class at all.
Although it's nothing new, the plague of tardies is becoming more and more frequent among our students. Isabel Johnson and Craig Sullivan bring us the story.
I've been doing this job for about 16 years, 17 years, and tardies have always been an issue. It's frustrating for teachers when they're making their presentations and students are arriving late and then need additional help to get caught up.
If you do that in the workplace, that's probably going to have more serious consequences than here. It kind of varies from situation. It can be just disrespectful to another person.
I don't know the school policy on truancy.
I got a letter in like the beginning of the school year saying I missed like 8.5 something days.
I'm pretty sure after like a certain amount you're supposed to get like a detention or something.
I don't know any of the policies on tardies or absences.
Because I just don't wake up and I'm too lazy to wake up.
Because I talk to my friends.
Senioritis is so real, oh my god.
At least you can learn more and you can get better education.
So oftentimes I will pull a student out of class, kind of address the excessive tardies that they have, and a lot of times if you're running late, if you've got excessive tardies, you're going to make that time up.
We have a lot of stuff that we have to get through, a lot of curriculum, so we start right at the get-go. You know, some days maybe not, might be visiting a little bit, but we get going right away.
This has been Isabel Johnson and Craig Sullivan with the MWHS Wildcat News.
And that concludes this week's edition of the MWHS Wildcat News.
Don't forget to purchase your senior dinner tickets before the deadline.
Good luck to all the AP testers. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer.
And I'm Madeline Anderson. Have a great week, Wildcats.